Or and Chima, and that one's short. Adita just tucking it off of his legs down to the man at backward square. They come through for a single, so the score moves on to 6, and Adita moves on to 5. Can I use this? Oh, fuck. Yeah, 6 or 5, 501, right? Matharo in again, pitched up, just pushed out onto the onside by Chima. No run.
He can hear it, no? He has his own, he has phone connected.
Okay. So Matharo in again. This one's pitched up, tucked nicely off the legs, down into the mid wicket area. The fielder there comes across. That's Rayon Paton coming across and fielding. Rayon Paton, who was recently drafted to the Nepal T20 Premier League. Matharo now in his first over from the pavilion end. And that's short of a good length, pushed on into the offside. There is no run. And at the end of 2 overs, the score is fire 7 without loss. Adita Vardarajan is on 5, Rizwan Shima on 2. Read you the teams. The fire team: Syed Zafar, Meet Patel, Adita Vardarajan, Amarinda Dillon, Nicholas Manuar is the wicketkeeper, Kavian Narez, Navjot Dozaja, Uvin Bandara, Riaz Pathan, Rizwan Shima, Ramesh Aranga, and Sukip Bar. And for the Shield, captained by Canadian captain Navneet Daliwar, it's Bhupinder Singh, Dylan Helliger, who is operating now from the 15th road in. And that one's short of a good length. Chima it is, just coming back, playing it back to the bowler. Farhan Malik, Harsh Thakur, Jatinder Matharu, Kanwar Man, Rayan Pathan, Arship Daliwal, Subrit Kohar, and Noresh Budahar. The umpires for today's match are Arnold and Vishal. And Helliger again in. This one's got the edge. It flew to the man at slip. Fell short of him. Skipper Daliwal, I think that was. Helliger a little bit frustrated. He thought that should have been taken. So half a chance, we would say, for Chimo. Playing that one outside of the off stump and getting in the edge as Helliger comes in again, and this one is skied up into the air. Helliger is going to take it himself. He does, and Chima goes caught by Helliger off his own bowling.
This is 5 seconds, 7 seconds delay. Just letting you know.
So Fire lose their first wicket with the score on 7. Rizwan Shima caught and bowled by Dylan Helliger for 2. for 1 now in the third over, and the new batsman is Kavian Nares. So the batsman didn't cross, so Nares will actually be taking strike, taking guard now. And he will be facing the bowling of Helliger, who has just captured his first wicket. That one's short of a good length. Nares playing back, got an inside edge, and the ball just rolling out onto the offside, so no run. So Helliger to continue. And this one's cut down to the third man boundary. Fielder down there is Jatinda Matharu. He fields cleanly and throws it back to the wicketkeeper. They come through for a single. So now is off the mark. And it will be Aditya Vardarajan to take strike. And this one's down the leg side, signaled wide by the umpire. Helliger straining leg, going down the leg side. The wicketkeeper moving across smartly. Kohar. So wide added to the total, 9 for 1 now. We're in the third over. Eligible up short again and then come through for a single. Helliger playing a bit of football, tries to kick it onto the stumps but misses the stumps. It actually goes down to the third man area for and the batsmen come through for a run. So the score now at the end of the third over, Fire now 11 for 1. And it will be Matharu to continue from the pavilion end. He'll be bowling to Nares, and he's bowling with a slip, a man at the third man boundary. There's a point, backward point, cover, mid-off, mid-on. Continue as Matharu comes in, and that one goes through to the keeper. Yeah, there's also a man on the mid-wicket boundary and a little bit obscured by the umpire, and there's a short fine leg. This one's pitched up down the leg side. Goes through to the keeper. No signal from the umpire. No wide. So Matharu a little bit fortunate there. That could have been a signal a wide anyway. He comes again from the pavilion end. That's one stroked off the legs by Nares into the mid-wicket area. They come through for a single. So 12 for 1 now at the midway through the fourth over. Sorry. Matharu to continue. Bowling to. This one's pitched up and Aditya just stroking it out into the offside. There is goes straight to the fielder at extra cover. No run. Matharu to just checking on his field. Actually, there was somebody walking behind the bowler, so Matharu in again. And this one's short of a good length. Hustles Vardarajan onto the front foot, stroking it out. Pushes that one out into the offside. There's no run. So the score remains at 12 for 1. And this one's driven nicely through the coverage and down to the boundary for 4. Not a man move. That was spunked. It was short and outside of the off stump. Given the treatment by Aditya, so he moves on now to 11 of he has faced 13 deliveries and 16 for 1 at the end of the fourth over. So we're going to have a change of bowling from the 15 side road end. Who's this? Harsh Thakur. I saw his name.
He's not even listed in here.
He's listed on. He's listed here. It's incorrect. So it looks like it's going to be Harsh Thakur bowling from the 15th side road end. And he is bowling to Nares, who pushes that out into the offside. They take a quick single. Thakur to continue having some issues with the side screen at the 15th side road end.
I don't have his phone number.
Dieter asking for the side screen to be shifted somewhat, so I think he's happy now, and it's going to be Harsh Thakur to continue. This one's pitched up and just stroked back to the bowler. No run. Thakur again, pitched up, stroked out into the offside to the fielder at short cover. It's showing everything is so complete. So Naraz taking strike. This one's driven out to the off stump to the man at cover. They come through for a quick single. The throw comes in, but the batsman are through. Good running. Score now moves on to 18 for 1. And this one's lofted down past the man at wide mid off. And that's down to the long off boundary for 4. So boundary for Naraz. Actually, sorry, no, that was Adita. Adita it was that struck that boundary. My apologies. So at the end of the 5th over, 23 for 1 fire. Adita Vardarajan is on 16. Naraz is on 4. And we're going to have a change of bowling at the pavilion end. It's going to be Arship Dhaliwal taking up the attack. Dhaliwal right arm medium fast. He bowls that one's down the leg side, signal a wide by the umpire. So Dhaliwal not off to the best of starts. This one's pitched up, stroked out onto the onside. The man at the backward square coming around can't stop the signal. Nares, it was tucking that one off the pads. I think he should have said single, not signal. He signaled a single. So Dhaliwal to continue. This one is outside of the off stump, signaled a no ball by the umpire. Adita was flashing at it. It went through to the keeper, but Dhaliwal guilty of overstepping, so Adita will have a free hit. And he spanks that. It's in the air because only goes to the man at point and no run. And another no ball signal by the umpire, so we're going to have another free hit. So this time it will be Adita. Adita again, second chance to make full use of this free hit. Dhaliwal comes in. And this one's lofted down to the boundary at a long on. This one goes into the boundary for 4. Given the treatment, pitched up and full swing of the bat from Adita. So Adita now moves on to 20 and the score on to 31 for 1 as Dhaliwal comes in. And that once again wide outside the off stump. So 31 for 1 now fired. They're in the 6th over. That one's driven down to the 3rd man area. They come through for a single. So this is a prolonged first over from Dhaliwal. So far we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 deliveries. We're now into the 10th delivery of this over. And that one's driven out to the man at short extra cover. There's no run. That was actually the 9th delivery, not the 10th, so I'm robbing him 1. Anyway, Dhaliwal to continue. And that one's just pushed out onto the offside. The batsman come through for a single. I think even the umpire has lost track as to how many balls have been bowled in this over. Anyway, it looks as the end of the over now. end of the first power play. So after 6 overs, Fire are 33 for 1. So Harsh Thakur to continue. Thankfully, he's taken off the jacket that he had on before, so he can now see his number clearly. When he pitches it up, Naris strokes it out into the offside a little airily, but safely away from the fielder. No run. Naris on the back foot, second delivery from Thakur. Again, pushing it out into the off stump, offside. Thought about the single, it's not there. Thakur again, and same result, pushed out into the off stump, offside for no run. This one's tucked off the legs. They goes down to the backward square area. They come through for a single. So Thakur guilty of straying down the leg, and Naras it was just tucking it off the pads.
Wait.
So Thakur now comes in, pitches up. That one's tucked into the onside. The bowler himself comes around to field, prevents the single.
Can I choose the next ball also?
And this one's flicked onto the square leg area. They come through for a single. The score moves on to 34 for 1. So at the end of 7 overs, Fire are 34 for 1. Adita is on 21 and Naraz is on 7. It's going to be Dhaliwal to continue from the pavilion end. Dhaliwal will be bowling to Adita. That's my phone. Where's my phone? Huh? Just adjusting the field. And that one's edge through to the keeper. He's caught behind Adita. It was flashing at that. Sorry, Naras flashing at that. Got it out inside edge, outside edge. Sorry, it went through to the keeper. Well caught by Kulhar, and Fire now lose their second wicket, 34 for 2. Naras gone, caught behind off of Dhaliwal for 7. 34 for 2, and we are in the 8th over. So new batsman is Rayon Paton. As Pathan, he will be taking strike after the dismissal of Aditya Vardarajan, caught behind off the bowling of Daliwal. 34 for 2 now. So Daliwal, having had that elongated first over, strikes on his second over, and he comes in again, and this one's pitched up and spanked out to the man at extra cover, on the extra cover boundary. They come through for a single. That one was full outside the off stump and spanked down to extra cover. So Pathan off the mark immediately as Daliwal comes in. And this one is, he's caught behind, no ball. Sounded as though there was an edge to that, but he's overstepping again and the umpire signals no ball. So instead of getting his second wicket, he'll now be giving his third free hit. Sure,
Yeah.
thanks. Coffee. Yeah.
Trevor Munson is the 12.
He's not playing either.
Yeah, he's not there.
Yes, Abbas not playing.
I don't know.
Shot.
They scratched it off.
I was driven out into the offside. Just a single. Skipper Daliwal it is at extra cover doing. So Naraz unable to make full use of that free hit. And it will be Pathan taking strike. Skipper Daliwal having a word with the umpire. A bit of discussion going on between the two umpires and Skipper Daliwal. I think it has something to do with the man at fine leg as to whether he's in or out of the circle. Well, it's shouldn't be. He's actually on the bench. He's not even on the field, so not quite sure as to what the issue was there. So it's going to be Daliwal continuing from the pavilion end. Comes in, he bowls, and this one's hit in the air. It is out to the man at long off. That was actually a free hit, so it was. That was the free hit, so there was. Even though he was caught, he's not out. So batsman just coming through for a single. Pathan it was. Naraz pushes this one out into the offside. They come through for a quick single. .40 for 2 now. We're in the 8th over. Fire going on a run rate of just over 5. And Daliwal, who's had his no ball issues, comes in again. And this one's tucked off the legs into the bucket square area. They come through for a single. They're looking for the second. It's not there. Just the one. smart fielding and fielder coming off of the backward square boundary. So Dhaliwal in again. He bowls to Nares. Nares just going on to the back foot, pushing that out into the onside. No run. So at the end of 8 overs, Fire are 41 for 2. Nares is on 9. Rayon Paton is on 3. "41 for 2 after 8. So just over 5 runs and over. So we're going to have a change of bowling from the 15th side road end. It's going to be Kanwar Man taking up the attack. So Man in. He's bowling to Pathan, who strokes that out to the man at wide mid-on. They come through for a single. They're looking for a second. It's not there. So Nares moves on by 1. He's on 9. Patient 9. It's taken him all of 17 deliveries as Man comes in now. Bowls, and this one's cut back past the man at point. It goes down to the boundary. Fielder comes around, manages to stop it. They come back for a third, and barely got in. The throw was a little short. So Nares it is. Pathan it was, scrambling home. So score moves on to 45 for 2.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
45 for 2. We're in the 9th over. Thank you, sir. Man to continue. He tosses this one up and he is dropped. Pathan it is, going down the track. Got it off of the outside edge of the bat. It flew to the man at, he's almost in a fly slip, a backward point, and he couldn't complete the catch, so a chance. This one's down the leg side. Nares attempting to sweep. Didn't make any contact. Actually, is he bowled? He's bowled behind his back. Didn't see that. Nares it was attempting to sweep, and the ball must have ricocheted off the bat onto his stump. So Fire now losing their 3rd wicket. Nares is gone, and 46 for 3. We're in the 9th over, and it's going to be skipper Syed Zafar coming to the wicket to replace Nares. So Nares bowled by Man for 12. 19 deliveries he faced, and Fire 46 for 3 after 8.4 overs. So skipper side Zafar comes to the wicket to join Rayon Paton. Man to continue from the 15th road end, 15th side road end rather. And he is bowling with a field of a backward point, deep extra cover, man at long off, and that one's down the leg side, signaler wide by the umpire. Continuing with the field, there's a man on the mid-wicket boundary. Short mid-wicket, a backward square, and a man on the square leg boundary. So again, we're having some issues with the side screen at the 15th side road end. It's been an issue with most of the batsmen so far, so fielders having to shift the side screen. It seems to be okay now, and Zafar it is going to take strike off the bowling, facing the bowling of Man. That's pitched up, and Zafar looking to tuck it off the pads into the onside. Doesn't make contact. Struck on the pad, no run. So this one's pushed through by Man, and Zafar just coming back, stroking it out into the offside. No run. So that's the end of the 9th over. 47 for 3 it is. Zafar side, Ben Zafar yet to score. Pathan is on 5 and 47 for 3 after 9 overs. Fire. So change of bowling at the pavilion end. It's going to be Farhan Malik taking up the attack. Give you his field in a second. He has a short third man, a man at point, a man on the extra cover boundary, or extra cover, short cover, a man at long off. There's a long on, mid-wicket, man in the mid-wicket boundary, a man in the backward square boundary, and a man at short fine leg. So he comes in and Pathanit is pushing forward to that, and this one he's on the back foot, stroking it back to the bowler. No run. Ooh, this one's well bowled. He flighted at Malik. Had Pathan playing forward. It went past the outside edge through to the keeper. Well flighted delivery from Malik. Comes in again. This one is pulled from the offside onto the deep backward square area, just a single. So Pathan pulling that one from outside of his off stump down to the backward square area. It comes through for a single, and that brings Zafar into strike. Left-handed Zafar. So Malik is going to come over the wicket now to Zafar. He tosses this one up and Zafar looks to hike him through the leg side. Down on his knees, he misses. Appeal. Umpire's not interested. Malik again. This one's driven sweetly by Zafar down to the man at long off. They come through for a single. Score moves on to 49 for 3, and that is the end of the 10th over. So after 10 overs, we have Pathan on 6, Zafar on 1, 49 for 3. Man to continue from the 15th side road end. He'll be bowling to Zafar. Man tosses that one up. Zafar just turns it off his legs into the mid-wicket area. Skipper Navneet Dhaliwal comes around, fields. Batsman come through for a single. Brings Pathan in to strike. Man in. This one is pitched up and Pathan strokes it out into the short mid-on-ish area, and they come through for another single. So 49 for 3. Progressing slowly as man comes in again. This one is turned off the legs by Zafar into the onside. Dhaliwal comes around smartly. The batsman think about a single. The man again in, and this one Zafar dances down and he hikes that down into over the mid-wicket boundary 6. So Zafar dancing down to a well pitched up delivery from man and giving it the treatment into the car park at the mid-wicket area. So 6 added to Zafar's total, and the score moves on to 57 for 3. This one man pushes through and Zafar is just on the front foot, just stroking it out into the onside, no run. Zafar again short, and Pathan, he is out, is he?
Yep.
Pathan run out. Zafar pushed that into the offside. Pathan came running down the track, direct hit from the fielder, and he was adjudged to be short of his ground. So Fire now lose their 4th wicket. Pathan run out. So it's going to be Uvin Bandara coming to the crease. Pathan unfortunately run out, but Bandara. Uvin Bandara is the new batsman. And that was actually the end of the 11th over. So 57 for 4 now, Fire, after 11 overs. Just over 5 runs and over their scoring rate. But they're losing wickets regularly. And it's going to be Malik continuing from the pavilion end. Bandara to take strike. Malik to false start there by Malik. Batsman wasn't quite ready. Umpire signaling dead ball. Malik runs in again, and this one's tossed up, and that one's spanked out into the offside. The fielder at long off coming around. They come through for one. They think about the second. Not on. So that brings side Zafar into strike. Skipper for the Fire. He faces Malik now, and that was tossed up and just tucked off the pads by Zafar straight to Daliwala to short mid wicket. Game tossed up on the leg side and straight to Daliwala. He threw it back to the wicket keeper who wasn't backing up, so it went through onto the offside for an overthrow. So an extra run. Bandara now taking strike. Malik to continue. Pitched up, and Bandara sweeps that, is in the air down to backward square. The fielder down there having some problems, so they come through for two. Sloppy fielding there. So players getting some encouragement. Needs to tighten up Shield. Malik continues to Bandara, and this one's tucked off the pads again down to the fielder at backward square. Dylan Helliger it is down there. Helliger feeling in a blue cap, bright blue cap, so hard to miss him. And it's going to be Malik to continue to Bandara. On this one again, he attempts to sweep. It goes past the keeper. Helliger it is, it comes around. Signal a bye by the umpire. So Safar asking the umpire if that shouldn't have been a wide. So at the end of 12 overs, Fire are 62 for 4. Fire. Side Safar is on 9 and Bandara is on 3. So it's going to be Harsh Thacker taking up the attack again, change of bowling at the 15th side road end. Thacker will be bowling to Bandara. This one's pitched up. Bandara just strokes it out into the offside. They come through for a quick single. Fielder out there can't feel that point coming in. He couldn't stop the single. That was Kanwar Man. So Thacker it is again. So it's pitched up, and again Zafar just pushing it out into the offside and taking off with the single right away. So quick run, good smart running by the Fire batsman. This one's tucked off the pads again. Another quick single. Went just to the man at short. Backward square. He came in but couldn't prevent the single. So the Fire batsman now looking for singles at every opportunity as Stacker comes in, and Zafar strokes this out straight to the man at cover. There's no run. Thacker in again, pitched up, and this one is just smartly nudged down to the short third man area. Fielder from point comes around. Malik that was, couldn't stop the single. Thacker again in. Bandara pushing forward. No run. The end of the 13th over. 66 for 4. Fire. 66 for 4. Fire. Bandara on 5. Zafar on 11. Malik it is to continue from the pavilion end. He'll be bowling to Zafar. Zafar looking around the field, looking to see where the scoring opportunities are as Malik comes in between the stumps and the umpire, and one short, and that is pulled down to the mid-wicket boundary for 4. Short, angling down the leg side, and Zafar just came back into his crease and gave it the full swing of the bat. So 4 to Zafar. He moves on, and this one's pushed through, and this one he just strokes out onto the onside. So Zafar with the boundary moves to 15. He's faced 14 deliveries. Operating just strike rate of just over 100 as Malik comes in again between the stumps and the umpire, and this one's short, and Zafar is stroking that out into the onside down to the fielder at long off. He comes in, he can't stop the single. So 70 for 4 now. The score moves on, and Bandara it is. Takes strike. Malik comes in and he bowls, and that's one's turned off the legs by Bandara. Looking for the single, sent back by Zafar. It's not there. 71 for 4. Malik again, his left arm spin, and this one's tucked nicely off the pads. Come through for 1. They think about the second. It was out to the mid-wicket area, but travelling too quickly. The fielder coming off of the mid-wicket boundary. Dhaliwal that was, and preventing the second run. So Malik to continue. This one short outside the off stump, cut down to the man at backward point. Just a single. Zafar reaching for that. Just got it off the outer portion of the bat, and so the end of 14 overs. Fire 73 for 4 now. Bandara is on 6. Zafar is on 17. And it will be Harsh Thacker to continue from the 15th side road end. He'll be bowling to Zafar. So Thacker in short, and Zafar pulls that. It's in the air, it's gone over the mid-wicket boundary, crashes into one of those cars and the bunks. So side screen. Hmm?
Arslan is here.
You want to join you now or after?
After. Break, yeah. So Thacker in, and he cuts that down to the man at backward point, and we look for a single, but it's not there. So Harsh Thacker comes into Zafar, and Zafar spunks that, but is well fielded by skipper Dhaliwal. He's really been outstanding in the field in this tournament so far, setting a wonderful example, diving to his right and stopping any run. Thacker continues to Zafar. This one's short, spunked straight to Dhaliwal again. So Thacker to continue. Short, and that one's pushed eerily, uppishly to the man at short mid-off. He throws at the bowler's end and misses, so they go through for an overthrow. So one more to the total, 80 for 4. We're in the 14th over. Thacker comes in, and this one's cut down to backward point. Dhaliwal it is, comes around smartly, stops the single, and at the end of 15 overs, Farah are 80 for 4 with Bandara on 6. Zafar has progressed to 24. So just 5 overs remaining. And it's going to be a change of bowling. And it's actually going to be skipper Dhaliwal taking up the attack from the pavilion. And his first appearance as a bowler in this tournament, as far as at least on this wicket. So he will be bowling to Zafar. He's bowling with a man at backward point, man on the extra cover boundary, and that one slapped in the air, down to long on, come through for a single. Continuing with the field, Dhaliwal has a long off, a long on, a man on the mid-wicket boundary, a man at backward square. This one's pushed through, and Bandara just pushing it out into the offside, thinks about the single, it's not there. And then there is a man at a short fine leg, so Dhaliwal comes through, right arm off spin, push through. Bandara, they misfielded by Malik it is, at point coming in, so they come through for a single. Again, a bit of sloppy fielding there by Malik, overran the ball, so brings Zafar into strike, and he will face Dhaliwal with his right arm off spin. This one, he is hiking that is over the long on boundary, 6 signaled by the umpire, pitched up by Dhaliwal, and Zafar just took a step out of his crease and gave it the treatment. So another maximum to Zafar. Staliwell comes in again, and this one is Zafar is now cutting that down to the man at short third man. They come through for a single. So this has been a good knock by skipper Zafar. He's on to 32 now from 25. As Daliwal comes through and he pushes that one in and pulled onto the onside by Mandara. They come through for a single. So a bit of an expensive first over from Navneet Daliwal. And at the end of 16 overs, Fire are 90 for 4. The run rate is just over 5.483. And the last 5 overs of the innings remaining, so we're going to have a change of bowling from the 15th side road end. Daliwal going back to his seamers. Dylan Helliger is going to be taking up the attack. He still has 2 overs remaining. Helliger, so brought on by Daliwal. See if he can get a breakthrough, stop this partnership. So Helliger it is. He's bowling with a man on the third man boundary. There is a point, one on the extra cover boundary. There's a short mid off, a long off as Helliger comes in. And that one's pulled by Bandara into the mid wicket area. The fielder comes along. They go through for the second, and wild throw from, I think it's Pathanouts there out there. Couldn't stop the second run. So good running. Continuing with Helliger's field, he has a long off. He has a man on the mid wicket boundary. There's a short square leg and a short fine leg, as this one's tucked off the pads as the one at square leg that comes in. Can't stop the single. So 93 for 4. We're in the 16th over. 17th over actually. Helliger to continue from the 15th side road end. Zafar taking strike, looking around the field. That's pitched up, and that one is edged down to the man at third man. Zafar looking to drive that into the onside, got the outside edge. There's no slip, so it peeled down to the man at third man. Kanwar man it is down here. He comes across, and it's just a 1 run. So Bandara in strike now. He is on 11, facing Helliger, who comes in, and Bandara cuts that down to man at third man. They come through for the single. Good throw by man into the keeper, but can't prevent the one. So far back on strike. Helliger to continue. Sun trying to come out, peeking through the clouds as Helliger continues, and this one's short and spanked by Zafar down to the extra cover boundary. Fielder comes around. It's Daliwal out there. He stops the boundary, but the batsman in the meantime come through for 2. So a good bit of fielding from Daliwal. He had to cover a bit of ground, and he did so nicely and stop the boundary. So Heliger to continue. Zafar now pulls that one off his legs down to this backward square boundary. That's 4. Fielder cannot out there, cannot stop the boundary. So another boundary to Zafar. He's really stepped up the tempo now. He moves to 39 off just 28 deliveries. And that's the end of the 17th over. So after 17 overs, Fire are 101 for 4. Zafar is on 39. Mandara is on 17. And we are going to have a change of bowling at the pavilion end. Matharu it is coming back into the attack, so after just 1 over from Daliwal, that proved to be a little bit on the expensive side. He's gone back to his seamer. Matharu. And the field that is being set for him is a man at short, third man, Dylan Heliger. There's a man in the extra cover boundary, and there's actually backward point boundary, an extra cover boundary, a fielder on the long on boundary. Sorry, that was the onside field I was giving you. So let's start again. Short fine leg, a backward square, the backward square boundary, a man at the mid-wicket boundary, a man at long on, we have a long off, a extra cover, a man in the extra cover boundary, a man at point, and a short third man. As Matharu comes in, and this one's pulled onto the onside. Long off comes off the boundary. Kanwar man rushes in, can't stop the second. They come through for 2. So Mandara charging down the wicket, pulling that from outside of the off stump onto the onside, and fielders exchanged. So Buddha here, would higher now, it's at long on, and man moves to long off as this one's pulled into the mid-wicket area. They come through for a single, looking for 2. It's not there. Good fielding by Daliwal. Comes off of the boundary quickly, prevents the second run. So the score moves on to 104 for 4. We're in the 18th over. Matharu it is, operating from the pavilion end. Zafar taking strike, looking around, looking for the opportunities. Matharu stops, starts, adjusts his field. Comes in again. And short and wide outside the off stump. Zafar looking to cut that. Doesn't make contact. And goes through, not signaled. No signal given by the umpire. Mandara goes down the track and has a word with his skipper. Matharu to continue. Matharu in again. And this one, it's Zafar spanks it, but it's just down to the man on the cover, extra cover boundary, straight to the fielder out there. That's Rayon Paton, and just the one. So 105 for 4, Fire. Mandara is taking strike, and Matharu comes in. And this one's short, and Mandara pulls that. He can only get it out to the man at the mid-wicket boundary. Malikit is out there. He sends in the throw. They come through for a single. So not bad bowling from Matharo at this stage. He's just giving away the singles. No boundaries conceded yet in this over. So Shield wouldn't mind this. Zafar in strike now as Matharo comes in. And this one's pulled and this one's in the air, and that is going to be 6. Almost took the cameraman out, just commentator's course, just when I was saying that he was doing so well. He pitched that one short and Zafar came down the track and gave it this treatment, spanking it over the long boundary, or almost into our commentator's tent here. Our cameraman had to take evasive action, him and his camera. expensive equipment, he's saying. Camera's worth far more than him. I wonder if he has insurance. So 112 for 4 now. That was the end of the 18th over. Side Zafar has moved on to 46 off of 31 deliveries, and Bandara is on 16. Zafar has so far hit 3 sixes in his innings as Helliger continues, and this one's well caught. That was caught straight to the man. What? We're trying to see what happened there. Is that signal a signal a no ball? But that was an extraordinary catch by Malik. It was full-blooded cut shot. It went straight to him. Reflex catch. He just stuck out his hands, and it stuck, but to no avail as the umpire signaled no ball. So Bandara lives to fight another day, and he now has a free hit as Helliger comes in. And this one's short and it's pulled up in the air. It's going to fall safely, but they come back for 2. So Helliger lucky to get away with that. Only just 2 runs coming off of the free hit. So 117 for 4 now in the 19th over. Helliger to continue. Zafar goes back into his crease. I don't know what he was trying. Bandara goes back into his crease on his knees and he just pushes it into the onside. I don't know what he was trying to do there. But whatever it was, it didn't work. So that ball in the 19th over. Helliger walks slowly back to his mark. Comes in now to Bandara. And that was short. Signal a wide by the umpire. Effort ball that from Helliger. Banged in short of mid-track and it flew over Bandara's head. Taken down the leg side by wicketkeeper Kohar. So Helliger to come again. And this one's short again, and this one's pulled down to the third man, fine leg area for 4. Not in control. It went off the edge, flew off the edge, but desired results, a boundary, so score now moves on to 122 for 4. Still 3 deliveries left in this, the 19th over. So they're now over a run rate of 6, just 6.5 approximately. So Heliger to continue, and it's Bandara taking strike. Wide-armed Heliger comes in, and this one's short. Bandara drives, it's out into the point area. Malik it is, runs around, fields, throws the ball into the keeper, but he cannot prevent the single. So brings side Zafar, the aggressive Zafar, into strike. He's so far hit 3 6s, and he's on 46, looking to see if he can get to 50. As Heliger will come in to bowl to him. And this is pitched up, and Zafar strikes that. It is out. Falls short of the man coming off of the long off boundary. Heliger showing a bit of frustration. Probably thought the fielder should have been quicker to respond. Trying to see who it is out there. That is Harsh Thacker out there. But the ball was well short. So just the one. Bandara on strike now as Heliger comes in. And this one's short outside the off stump. Bandara looking to hike it into the onside and misses. Dot ball. So the end of 19 overs. Fire are 124 for 4. So 1 over left. Bandara on 25, Zafar on 47. He has faced 32 deliveries, and it's going to be Matharu to bowl the last over. Yes. Jatinder Matharu operating from the pavilion end. Zafar it is that will be taking strike. 124 for 4. So let's see how much this last over will yield as Matharu comes in. Bowls to Zafar, pitched up, struck by Zafar straight to Dhaliwal to extra cover. They can only come through for the single. So Dhaliwal fielding sharply and taking a throw at the non-striker's end, but Zafar was home safely. So 1 run added to the score, 125 for 4. Matharu to continue. Second ball of the 20th over. This one's full, and Bandara is looking to drive that, misses, goes through to the keeper. No signal from the umpire, so welcome dot ball for the Shield. Matharu turns. Bandara waits, crouches. So Matharu comes in. This one's driven out to the man at point. He feels Harsh Thacker it is out there, he feels. And they come through for a single. So let's see if we're going to give the commentators curse again. So far, only singles in this over. 3 deliveries gone. 3 left. Matharu doing a good job so far, but he now has to deal with the aggressive Zafar. So Matharu up, and Zafar spunks that down to the man at third man. Long down to the long off boundary. Kanwar Manit is coming around. He cannot stop the boundary. So another 4 to Zafar. That brings up his 52 years now off of 34 deliveries. So Zafar playing very much the captain's knock. So Matharu now into Zafar again, and he charges down the wicket, hits that back over the bowler, comes down to the longer field and man races in. Zafar thinks about the second, it's not there. So just the one added. So 131 for 4, and unless this is a wide, Zafar is going to be left not out on 53. Bandara it is on 26 to face the last delivery. Wataru it is. This one's pitched up and Bandara hits that. It goes straight to Daliwal. An extra cover, he catches it. So with Bandara out of the last delivery of the innings, caught by Daliwal. He was on 26, so Wataru claiming the wicket, and the Fire innings comes to a close at 131 for 5, with skipper Syed Zafar well played, 53 off of 35 overs. So 131 for 5, Fire, and the end of the Fire innings. So we will take a break. When we come back, you will have a different commentator, hopefully. So innings break. We'll be back with you in a few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from King City, Ontario, Canada. This is day 2 of the men's national championship game, and we have here the Fire versus the Shield. The Fire winning the toss and electing to bat. We're really helped by the captain with a brilliant knock of 51 off 35, and well supported by Uvan Bandara, who added 26 off 29, ending on 131 for 5. And here we have the Shield innings. We have the captain, Navi Dalival, taking it upon himself to open the batting alongside Rayon Paton. Rayon has not been able to fire so far in this early tournament early on. He'll be looking to capitalize on his form down in the minor leagues here. And for the Fire, from the 15th side road end, we have Ramesh Aranga running in. My name's Arslan Kadir, and I'll be your host for today for the second innings. Thank you for joining us once again, and here we go. As Rayon, that's a full toss from Ramesh, and he's just guided that to mid-wicket, down to the mid-wicket boundary. There is cover out there. The field, as we look across, there's one slip, a gully, a third man point, cover, mid-off, long gone, deep mid-wicket, and a short fine leg as Navi gets ready to take strike. It's a much better length there from Ramesh as he's hit that maybe slightly towards leg, but Navi doing a good job just hitting that down to long on there for a single. Well run by the two. They're going to need a good start here, the Shield. They haven't had that in the first 2 games yesterday. They're going to be looking for these two to really capitalize on this early on. So Wicked's playing a few tricks here, so they're definitely going to need these two to get them off to a flyer. Ramesh just trying to find his line and length here early on. That's a better line and length there as Rayon just able to hit that right back to the bowler. He doesn't want to stray too far into his arc there. We all know Paton's a very big hitter of the cricket ball, so as his mantra is big bombs only, he'd be looking to get his team off to a flyer, but also look to get and find some form early on in this tournament. A change, a slip comes out now to short mid-wicket as Aranga runs in. Just hit out to cover there. Just looking to find some form here is Paton. And this is a decent start from Aranga. No harm done so far. 4 balls in, just 2 on the scoreboard. And this is an ideal start as Saad would have been asking for him. And as Rayon guides that down, that one's down leg side. And that's going down to the fine leg boundary for 4 runs. Just past the man at short fine leg, and that's 4 runs. That's what you're looking for early on in your innings. Just 1 on the hip, just helping it along. And the Shield dugout really enjoyed that one in there as well. Aranga won't be happy with that one. Looking to correct his line and length here. And that one just really full in the block hole there. Rayon looking to go over the top, unable to connect, misses everything. And that's the end of the first over. 6 without loss. Rayon on 5 off 5, sorry, and Navi 1 off 1. And now coming in from the pavilion end is Meet Patel. He had a good day yesterday. Going to be looking to continue that form here from the pavilion end for Zafar in the Fire. I'm going to tell you guys this from now. I'm going to mess up these names early on, so bear with me here. There's Fire, there's Fury, there's Shield, there's Stallions. But here we're watching the Fire versus the Shield. Shield in the blue, batting. Fire in the yellow as Meet Patel looking to get going here. Meets a tall left-handed seam bowler here. He's got good height, good bounce, and like I said, he bowled really well for the Fire yesterday, and he'll be looking to capitalize on that form today as well as the field. No slip in place. There's a third man, 2 points, backward point and point cover, mid-on, mid-off, and the 2 men out are at fine leg and deep mid-wicket. And this one just seaming away from Navi. From Navneet Dhaliwal, the Canadian captain, and that's beating them all ends up. That's a great start for Meet Patel, and as I mentioned a little bit earlier, he's been in fine form. He's going to be looking to capitalize on that, and that's exactly the start that Zafar wanted from him. Good action, good tall length, and getting a little bit of bounce and movement there. There is grass cover on this pitch, so you expect a little bit of movement, and Meet's looking to utilize that early. As he runs in, and that's a little bit fuller, and Navneet Dhaliwal is not going to miss out on that as he's driving that straight down past the bowler for 4. This is a nice, comfortable start here for the Shield. Navneet and Rayon starting off well. Navneet just looking to get into his groove, looking to play a captain's knock and take his team across the line. That one, just adjusting for that. He's been driven down the ground, so adjusting for that length, pulling that length back. Not getting the seed movement that we saw on the very first ball as Navi just guides that to point. Looking around the field here. They want a wicket early. It looks like the body movement. They're looking for something to happen, and Meet Patel's going to be that. Is he going to be that guy to make something happen here for the Fire? As that one is guided, there is cover out there, and that's just gone down to third man. He's adjusting for that length, and this is brilliant running here by Navneet Dhaliwal. This is the reason he's not only a top-class batsman, but he is the Canadian captain as he pushes for 2. And Zafar is not going to be happy with his third-man fielder there, as that was just poor fielding, just lazy poor fielding almost, as he's let that go for 2. As a bowler, I can tell you, that's the last thing you want to see is good running, just getting you off your length there. So, Meet Patel, great start to the over, but he's already gone for 6 now off 4 balls. Going to be looking to end this over off well. There he is, short of length again. Navi just guides that down, just off his body. Looks like an inside edge off the thigh pad, and an easy single there. These are the 2 big guns here for the Shield. They decided to come out together early and take the fight to the Fire. And this has been an ideal start for them. 13 for no loss so far off 1.5. 1 ball left to go on Patel's over. Can he end the over off well, or will it be Rayon Paton? He doesn't want to err on the fuller side here, because this could go. And he doesn't. He finds that movement once again, as that's done a little bit. As we're trying to figure out what that's done, Rayon Paton is also looking to figure out what that's done. As that, from his reaction, might have done all sort of things. Might have gone in, out, all the above. But that's a great end to the over from Meet Patel. The score now, 13 for no loss after 2. It is going to be Aranga to continue. Bar that 1 ball, he did bowl really well in that first over, so let's see what he can do here. And that's on the Fuller side, and Dhaliwal is not going to miss out on that as he slapped that over cover for 4. This is brilliant batting here early on by the Shield. An ideal start. It's been a bit of a mismatched start here from the Fire as they're bowling some very high quality deliveries, but they're airing full, some short, and you can't do that to 2 high caliber batsmen as Dhaliwal and Paton are. Adjust for the length there, and that's much better. That's where you want to be. There is a bit of tennis ball bounce on this wicket, so you rather err on the shorter side than you do on the Fuller side, and that's better for Miranga there, and he'll be looking to capitalize on that. It finishes this over off well. Looking to get a wicket early. This is what the Fire need. And that's much better length there for Miranga as that's hit out to cover by Navneet Dhaliwal. Dhaliwal's looking good. That sound off that bat sounds fantastic. The Fire looking for something here. The body language doesn't look great out in the field. This isn't the start that they wanted as Aranga runs in. That's a better length. Looked like a little bit of an off cutter there. Dhaliwal's read that well, and this is brilliant running. It's a good single. Uvan Bandara moving well. That's good cricket all around there from the boys. And Dhaliwal, like I said, that ball is coming right off the middle, and he's adjusting well to this wicket. Paton on strike now. He hasn't been able to get away. He's 5 off 6 balls. He's been looking for one that's in his arc to get him going. And that's a brilliant off cutter there by Aranga. Like I said, this wicket's doing a little bit, and that's a brilliant delivery by Aranga. This is a great comeback after that first ball. Aranga running in another off cutter, finds the outside edge. No slip in place. Would have fallen short anyways as that's hit out to Meet Patel at third man. Easy single for Rayon Paton. At the end of 3 overs, it's 19 for no loss. Looks like Zafar's going to continue with Meet Patel here. He bowled a great first over, and he's going to continue and look to get some of that movement again. Rayan looked lost on the last delivery of Meet Patel's last over, and he's going to be running in and trying to find some more movement as he did in that first over. And that's in his arc, and he's hit that over mid-on, and that's gone for 4. That's in his arc. And like we said, you want to err on the shorter side rather than the fuller side on this wicket. And Rayan Paton taking full advantage of that full delivery. Rayan Paton has been known for his big hitting, and he's doing a sensational job so far, getting off to a good start here with Navneet Dhaliwal. As my hoodie is getting tugged on, I can't tell you who it is, but it is being tugged on. And that's a better length from Meet Patel. That's where you want to be. And and a run-out chance. Uvan Bandara just missed out. That's gone down to the deep mid-wicket boundary, but Navneet has gone far beyond, not able to come back for the second. That was that half a chance. Could that be the difference? In a game like this with two high caliber batsmen, you got to take those half chances, and Uvan had one there. Those are the 1% factors you talk about in cricket, and there was one right there. Meet Patel short of a length, and Dhaliwal plays that well. The dugout will be happy with this start. They're moving along long. Required run rate's not going to be an issue here so far. Just under 7 runs, just under 7 runs and over. My math is struggling here today. That's the required run rate. And these two are getting them off to a good start. Dhaliwal just getting that left leg out of the way there, and that's an easy single down to mid-off. They're rotating the strike well, taking care of the loose deliveries. This has been really impressive stuff from Dhaliwal and Rayon Paton. There has been an adjustment in the field as third man has come up and has his fine leg. The 2 men out are at deep mid-wicket and long on. Zafar choosing to set himself on the boundary, trusting himself. And that's a great delivery there by Meet Patel. Rayon just able to push that onto the offside. And they're really being selective on for the deliveries they're going after. They're off to a great start. They don't need to do anything crazy here yet. But this has been a decent over by Meet Patel. Again, that first delivery in the last over and this over has been the one exception. But they're bowling really well. Just not able to get a wicket so far. And he's aired on the short side there, and Rayon just guiding that again. Not a great end to the over there for Meet Patel. The first ball and the last ball, those are all important balls when you're bowling, especially in the power play. And didn't start off the over well, and definitely didn't end it well as Rayon hits that for 4. And the score now, 29 for no loss after 4. Rayon Paton has moved on to 15 off 12, and Navneet 14 off 12. Not a flyer, but this is a brilliant start by the Shield, and one that they haven't gotten so far in this tournament. The dugout will be very pleased with the way these two are going. As we have our first change from the Bloomington side road end, or the 15 side road end, I should say, and it looks like it's going to be Sukdeep Brar. No, change in mind for the captain. Change of mind for the captain, and he's calling his own number here. He's calling his own number to take a wicket early on for his team, and it looks like it's going to be captain to captain here for the 5th over. Two left-arm seamers to start the innings, and now we've got a left-arm spinner. It's a day for the lefties, folks, as Saad bin Zafar comes into the attack. If you're just joining us, thank you once again for joining us here. We're live from Day 2 action from King City, Ontario for the Men's National Championship. You're watching the Shield versus the Fire, I should say. Fire winning the toss. Saad Zafar with a brilliant 50, getting his team to 131 for 5. And as you watch the captain run in, and that's the first ball, that's a great start from the captain. Dhaliwal just hitting that to short cover. The field for Saad Zafar, we've got a deep mid-wicket and a long off. The ring on the offside, and a short fine leg, and a mid-wicket mid-on. It's great length so far from Saad Zafar as Navneet Dhaliwal just able to hit that off to the offside, finding Rizwan Chima 2 balls in a row here. Look at it come down and adjust for it well, as that one was just short of a length, and that's been slapped to the point boundary for 4. Navneet Dhaliwal, he's seeing it well here, folks, adjusting for that length, and he slapped that to this boundary. And again, it's those one-off loose deliveries from the Fire that they can't have early on in this innings. And I've got to say, Rayon Paton and Navneet Dhaliwal are doing it easy here, as they're just waiting for that loose delivery. And he comes down the track and he slapped this straight to Rizwan Chima. Not what they needed right there from the captain. But the Fire would be happy with that one as he's guided that straight to Rizwan Chima with a simple, easy catch. He's not going to put that down. He's taken too many catches in career to let something like that go. And the captain takes out the captain for the Shield. The score now, 33 for no loss. 33 for 1, I should say, after 4.1. The new batsman for the Shield is going to be Naresh Budhire. I might have slaughtered that name, but that's okay, folks. We're learning as we go. So Naresh coming in, batting at number 3. Coming to join Rayon Paton, and this has been a decent start. This has been a decent start by the Shield. And Naresh needs to play an innings here. They can't afford to lose wickets. Not an easy wicket to start your innings on, as we saw in the Fire's inning earlier on today. Naresh to face. And that's a brilliant delivery, just short of a length there from Saad, and that's beating them all ends up. Saad again. This is a great over from Saad. You'd want to forget that one delivery that he got slapped to the boundary for 4, but other than that, this is a great over, especially in the power play. He called his own number, and he did a job for the team, taking the wicket of the other captain, of the opposing captain, Navneet Dhaliwal. The score now 33 for 1 after 5. And after the false alarm in the last over, we are going to have Sikdeep Brar from the pavilion end. Rayon Paton to face. Rayon now the man for the Shield, as he's not going to want to get out here. You can't afford to have 2 new batsmen here early, so he's going to look to capitalize and maybe play it safe. However, it is the last over of the power play, so it's going to be interesting to see the maturity levels of Rayon Paton. He's played a lot of T20 cricket over the last couple of years. This is where his maturity is going to shine and show, and see if he can take this on and taking mature risks versus ungranted risks. And he's hit that. That's in the arc, and this is going to be just over the boundary as Rayon Paton. Not quite a big bomb, but just a little one as he's hit that just over the boundary for 6. They did have the tallest fielder. They didn't have the tallest man in the field and in the right position there, but that's not a long boundary there. That's probably about 55 meters. And Rayon doesn't need to get all of it to hit that over the boundary, and that's just guided over him for 6. But again, that first ball over, as we've seen from the Pacers so far, not starting off well. And that's better adjustment for length, and Rayon slips. Uven not able to collect that cleanly, and that would have been another chance for Uven Bandara to get another run out there for his team. It's a better length there from Sikdeep Brar as he started off not so well with the first ball, but adjusting really well, and we'll see if he can capitalize on that second ball and continue that length. It's a better length and a better line there as well. No, and he can't, and this one's hit high and long. That's a better ball from Rayon Paton as he's hit that well over long on for 6. That's the big bombs only that we were looking to see. Paton, if it's in his arc, he's going to go. And that was definitely in his arc, and he's hitting that well over. And this is not a long boundary for him to clear. We've seen him clear massive 6s. And again, He's going to go here again, is he? Oh, and that's a clever slower ball there by Brar. Well, good adjustment there from Brar, just understanding that because it is the last over the power play, Paton's looking to go here, and that's very clever, and Paton adjusting to it well there as well. This has been good cricket all around in that ball. That's a better length than Rayon. Just Paton's guiding that to third man. Third man was in the ring. It looks like Uven might have gotten a hand on that, so not going too far, and they're just going to go for the single. This is a good over so far. It's been a good over so far for the Shield. One ball to go. Naresh on strike. And that's not what you wanted off the last ball of the power play as Naresh. I have to say, that was an ugly hoik across the line. A little bit of movement there. And that's an easy catch for Nicholas Manohar at slip. At keeping, as a keeper, I should say, behind the wicket. And Naresh is not going to be happy with that shot. And neither is his captain or his coach. Naresh not troubling the scorers in his brief knock, 0 off 3, as in walks Bhupinder Singh at number 4. That brings the end of the power play. 46 for 2 off 6 overs. Rayon Paton, 28 off 17. Bhupinder Singh just joining him at the crease, 0 off 0. Saad Zafar is going to continue. A little bit of indecision there, and Uven with a... I have to say, Uven's got a quality arm there as he's flinged that. Saad not shaking his hand, not showing any weakness, but that had to sting. Fuller length as Rayon just playing it back. Looks like they're gonna potentially play outside here. Saad Zafar here. They know he's the danger man for the Fire, and Rayon just playing him a little bit cautiously. Short of a length, Rayon looks to cut that. There is a hole between the 2 point fielders, or a short third man and point fielder, I should say, and just missing out on that. With the power play ended, they do have 5 men out. Man at deep cover, long on, long off. Short of a length, hit to short cover. Continue on, they have 5 men out. Deep cover, long off, long off. Long off, long on. Deep mid wicket and deep square leg. As he's play that back. This is a great spell from Saad Zafar here so far. 4 balls in the over so far. No runs, 4 dot balls. That one's just sliding down leg. I believe that might be the first wide of the inning so far. Potentially looking to go the arm ball there with Prasad. And that's a Yorker length. Paton looking to give himself a little bit of room. Just in the block hole and well dug out. And again, you could tell in that over, Paton was just playing that a little bit cautiously. Not looking to take any risks against the captain of the Fire. And except for that wide, 6 stop balls in the over has saw 2 overs, 1 wicket, 5 runs as a Shield are now 47 for 2 after 7 overs. And the pattern of 2 overs per bowler is going to continue as we have Sikdeep Brar coming back for his second over. It is going to be Bhupinder Singh to face his first ball. And Paton is going to need a partner in this, so Bhupinder is going to have to play a knock and looking to take his team deeper in this game because they're going to need a partnership the quality of Zafar and Uvan Bandara did in the first innings. Required run rate not an issue. Paton just needs a partner. So Bhupinder to face Sikdeep Brar. A little bit of adjustment in the field. Again, with the power play over, 4 men in the ring, 5 men out. That is deep fine leg, 3rd man, deep cover, long off, and deep square leg. And that off cutter, it is gripping out there. So that off cutter working well there for Sikdeep Brar as he's beating the outside edge, getting to the keeper on the bounce. Oh, and that's just helped into the offside. And Uvan, again, he's getting a lot of work out there today. First with the bat and now in the field as he's been active. But smart batting from Bhupinder Singh as he's just looking to get off strike and give the informed Paton. Well, I should say informed today. He didn't look informed yesterday, but he's started off well today. As Paton is now 28 off 23. He took a liking to Brar in the last over. Brar going to be looking to adjust. Long off and long on. Deep mid-wicket, deep square leg, and deep cover all out as fine leg and 3rd man are in the ring. And he slapped that to the extra cover boundary. It's a little bit too simple there, just short of a length. Looked like possibly like it was the off cutter, but Paton has read that well, and he slapped that to the boundary. That's too easy for Paton. I'm not going to get excited for that one, folks. That one's just bang as he's hit that over the long on fielder for 6. A little bit too easy with that length. We said he took a liking to Brar in the last over, and he's taking a liking to him again. He's gone 4-6 as Brar runs in. And that one just down the legs, a little bit fuller. Oh, and he's been helped by his brother there as that just beaten Riaz Khan Paton on the boundary for 6. A little bit of spin possibly on that ball. We're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's a club mate of mine, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt there. And Rayon Paton going 4-6-4, and he's gone to 42 off 26. And again, just in his arc, Rayon not missing out. He's in form now, folks. As that's another 6, ending that over 4-6, 4-6. Rayon Paton taking his team to a total of 68 for 2 after 8. As he's on 48 off 27. He wasn't happy with the 6 stop balls in the last over that he faced. So he decided to go 4-6, 4-6. That's 21 off that over. And as we said, folks, it looks like there's been a little bit of a pattern building here. 2 overs for each bowler so far, as Zuffer has taken himself out of the attack. And if you're looking, they're going to need a wicket here, as the required runs are now only 64 in 72, so well under a run a ball now for the Shield. And when I say a wicket, they're ideally looking for that wicket of Paton, as he's going great guns here. We said his mantra was big bombs only, and he's given us a treat here so far, as he's been batting brilliantly in the early stages of this innings.
Who's the bowler?
It looks like it's going to be Aditya Vardarajan from the 15th side road end.
Is that Aditya?
Hi, how are you?
Is that Aditya?
He batted brilliantly for the Fire yesterday. They're going to need him with the ball here today. He's going to need a wicket for his team to bowl with his off spin. And again, a little bit of grip there. There is grip out there for the spinners. They're just going to have to bowl great lengths. And this is a decent start. A little bit short of a length as Bhupinder hits that out. And we said Uvan Bandara has been busy. He's busy again as in the point region. Now getting creative there for Bhupinder Singh, and there's no fielder out there, and he's guided that. He's paddled that for 4. Great innovation from Bhupinder Singh. He said, Rayon Paton, you can hit the bombs, but I can finesse these deliveries. He's hit that for 4. This is better from Aditya here. Just that 4 in the over so far. 4 dot deliveries. He's gonna need to end this off well. And that's been hit off to the short cover. Just the 4 off the over so far, as the Shield are now 72 for 2 off 9.
You can take the other mic.
And if you're just joining us, folks, this is day 2 of the Men's National Championship, coming to you live from King City, Ontario, as Kavya Nares is going to come into the attack. And Rayan sweeping that down to his brother at the deep square leg boundary. Rayan looking to come back for 2, just going to be the single. If you're just joining us, Fire setting 131 for 5, setting the Shield 132 to win. And Rayan Paton has been the leading force as he's 49 off 28. My name's Arslan Kadir, and I'm being joined by Jay Peshwa.
Hello.
Jay, welcome to the commentary booth as we see Bhupinder hit that down to the long off fielder. Easy single. Bhupinder doing really well, giving good support to Rayan, just rotating the strike. Jay, what are you seeing so far?
So far it's going well. I see both batsmen are getting set, and Rayan already on 49. Looks to be hopefully hitting his 50 soon and taking the lead for his team.
And that's another bang by Rayon Paton. Big bombs only, flexing his muscles, LeBron James style, as he brings up 50. That's 55 off 29 deliveries, and that's been a brilliant knock by Paton. He wouldn't have been happy with the 2 ducks he scored yesterday. He really had a point to prove today, Jay.
That is correct. He's taken out his fury inside him from the last 2 ducks, and now he's going off.
I think he started off really well as well, really cautiously at the start, looking to get his innings off to a better start than he did yesterday. And he's capitalized on the loose delivery so far. He hasn't been, we've seen Rayon, once he can get going, he can play a flyer, and he's done that so far.
Yeah, you can see that he's going. He's starting his engine now. So we'll have to wait and see on what's next.
And the pattern so far has been two overs per bowler. Sukhdeep Brar took a little bit of a beating, so Kavi Nares into the attack, and he's looking to. It looks like Rayon might take a liking to him as well. As that one's short again, not quite getting it, and that's just going to be a single out to meet Patel at the deep mid-wicket boundary.
Well played down the leg side and well fielded as well.
Kavi adjusting, Nares adjusting for his length there. He's been a bit short to Paton, but adjusting for that, getting fuller to Bhupinder, who's just hit that down to long on for an easy single. Partnership so far, 36 off 23. And majority of that has been Paton, as he has 28 of that to the score. Nares is going to need a good end to this over.
Yes, that is correct. He needs some dot balls to get the pressure back on the batsman.
And he's not going to do that. And that's a big bomb by Rayon Paton. That's the biggest of the day so far. Rayon really taking a liking to this pavilion end. That's 6.
That was a beautiful shot. Down to long on over the boundary and looking in great touch, Paton.
He doesn't need to hit him that big. Does he realize that? The rope's probably only 55 meters. He's probably hit that close to 90. He doesn't need to hit it that far.
Well, he's doing his best.
We're going to have a little bit of a break here, folks, as we're waiting for that ball to come back. That's gone into the other ground. But at King City, it's wide open, so it's not like my golf ball out on the golf course where I struggle to find it. This one was easy, and it's back. And Rayon really giving us a treat here today. This has been brilliant to watch so far, Jay.
Yeah, that is correct.
So score 88 for 2 after 10 overs. They're doing it easy here, folks. Aditya to continue. Bhupinder doing the right thing. This is I have to say, he's been really supporting Paton well here. Easy single down to cover and just giving him the strike.
Yeah, that's correct. He's playing very sensibly, and he's sticking together with his non-striker, and they just got to play it through.
Zuffer for the fire. He's looking for somebody to work a trick here for him, as they're going to need a wicket. The field's fairly spread out. Deep square leg, deep mid wicket, long on, long off, deep cover, 3 on the ring on the offside, and a short fine leg. Where's he going to find this wicket from?
Well, he definitely has a plan, so let's see what the plan comes to.
I think the plan is for a Paton mishit. And this one's short, and speaking of mishit, that is a mishit, as he's hit that just down to the deep square leg boundary. We've said Bandara's been busy. He's been the ball's been finding him today, and that's an easy single for Rayon, but just not quite capitalizing on that short ball from Vardarajan.
Well, he doesn't really need to go for 6s every ball, but whatever he can, he will do.
He might not need to, but somebody might need to tell him that.
Well, yeah.
And that's a little shorter of a length. Bhupinder just hitting it on, and back to Bandara for that one. No run. They're going to need to keep Bhupinder on strike here for as long as they possibly can, because there's a lot of damage happening from the non-strikers end so far.
Yep. Paton going all out for his innings, and
Brilliant running once again as Paton coming back for two. Bhupinder just helping that onto the leg side boundary. Riaz Paton cleaning up at the deep mid-wicket boundary, and that's an easy two. I would like to see another fielder or two in the ring here for Bhupinder. Make him work for these singles. They're giving him too easy here for the single and getting Paton back on strike.
yeah, singles are coming too easy for Bhupinder, and Rayon taking the strike and making the full use of it. So, yeah. I don't know what to say. I don't want to be too critical.
As Bhupinder just guides that down to the long off boundary. Easy single. And they're not going to be too dissatisfied with that single as Bhupinder's back on strike and Rayon not on strike from this pavilion end.
Right, that's correct.
As that's 93 for 2 after 11 overs, and it's going to be Uvan Bandara taking the attack here. He's been in this game with the bat in the field and now with the ball, and he's going to be running into Bhupinder Singh. Rayon Paton 63 off 32, Bhupinder 11 off 15, giving great support to Rayon. They don't really need to do anything fancy from here. They just need 39 and 54. They're going to do this easy here if the Fire don't get any wickets.
Right, definitely gonna go easy, both batsmen, if they stay out the crease, and Fire might need to think for a wicket here.
And with that thinking, like I said in the last over, they might think about bringing another fielder or two in the ring, make Bhupinder work for that single, because again, if they're this game's getting out of hand if they're just gonna let this game go by without trying something.
Yeah, maybe need to bring some in the ring and make them work for the singles.
Uvin's had a good game so far. Bandara's had a great game so far, I should say. And he's going to need to do something here for the Fire. As he runs in, and that's just wide. And that's cut out to the deep point boundary. Paton doing the cleaning up here, working well on the boundary there, and he's kept that to a single. Keeping to the single, though, brings the man of the hour on strike, as it is Paton. And we've said he's taken a liking to any bowler from this pavilion end so far. Showing us the big bombs only mantras, and it's going to be Bandara to Paton. It doesn't look like he's going to slow down here, Jay.
Well, hopefully not, so his team can finish off the score quickly.
Looks like you're really enjoying these fireworks, Jay, as you don't want him to slow down. You don't want him to stop. And it looks like he's having fun as he's practicing a lap sweep. And I can guarantee you he's not going to play that. And that's in the arc, and he's not slowing down. Look out for the car. Look out in the parking lot. And that's another 6, as that's full on his legs, and Paton's not going to miss out on the form that he's in. That does bring up the 100 for the Shield, 100 for 2. At the break, it looked like a good total for the Fire, but Paton is making this look easy. And he's not slowing down. He slapped this down. Nares going to do the cleaning up here on the long off boundary in a single. And that ball is now popping off the bat of Paton.
That's correct. It's middling every ball because he got his eyes set. Now all he has to do is play it out.
And again, the Fire need a wicket. Maybe 2, maybe 3. They're going to need to do something here early. And still, just 4 in the ring to Bhupinder Singh. That's not going to help proceedings as Bandara looking to bowl a little bit of a leg cutter there, it seems. It is sticking in the wicket, and that's a wide.
Right, wicket is definitely sticking, but the batsman needs to just play it out, and the bowler needs to make a new plan maybe.
They're definitely going to need a plan because they need one, maybe two, here quick and early. That one's been guided. They're going to go for the run, and that was the one they needed. Needed a direct hit, and Paton would have been sent packing. He had given up. He had given it up. He had three stumps to aim at, and Navjot just missing out. Paton back on strike. He's 70 off 34. He's going above 200 strike rate here, Jay, and he's doing it really easy.
Yeah, he's
Bandara
working.
is going to be looking to bowl maybe some more of those leg cutters here and adjust. And that's exactly what he does, and Paton just hitting that down to the boundary. And again, he's doing a great job of just waiting for his ball. He's being very selective, and again, that shows the amount of T20 cricket that he's played over the last couple of years. His maturity is really showing in this innings.
Right, he's very sensible. He's playing very sensibly, and he's working towards the goal.
Under 30 needed now here for the Shield. And Paton has found the partner that he was been looking for in Bhupinder Singh, and he's helping him out really nicely here, 13 off 17. There. And then another easy single down to long off. This is too easy for Bhupinder to get off strike. A little bit of creativity needed here for Zafar and the Fire. As a score now, 105 for 2 off 12 overs. 27 needed off 48 balls. Thank you once again for joining us here live from King City, Ontario. It's a beautiful day. There was a lot of clouds overhead earlier, but that's gone away, and the sun is shining bright now on a beautiful knock, and we're being treated to a absolutely sensational knock by Paton, Rayon Paton, that is, as he's 71 off 35 balls. Bhupinder Singh giving him great support, 14 off 18, and it looks like it's going to be another bowling change from the 15th side road end, as Zafar looking to throw all his tricks at the Shield here, looking for a wicket. It looks like it is going to be Navjot Dosanjh from the 15th side road end, looking to bowl. There is some grip out there for the spinners, and Navjot's going to be looking to capitalize on that to bowl his leg spin.
Yeah, that's what he needs to capitalize on. Use the pitch to get his wickets and restrict the runs.
Again, I'm struggling to see the plan here from Zafar. With Bhupinder on strike, he's giving him the easy single to get Paton on. It almost looks like he's waiting for something to happen rather than making it happen. And at this stage in the game, as a captain, you have to make something happen. You can't wait on it, or else this game's gone. As we say that, Navjot with a full toss, and Bhupinder just able to hit that down to long off for an easy single. Brings the man of the hour back on strike in Rayon Paton. Just 26 needed now, as they're 106 for 2 is the Shield. Rayon playing a match-winning innings here for his team, 71 off 35. As we said a little bit earlier, he would have been really disappointed with his 2 ducks yesterday. I think he played a total of 3 balls yesterday, and definitely making full use of his innings today, as that's in the block hole and just guided, almost a little French cut between his legs there for a single down to short fine leg.
Yep, he's taking out his all of his skills and his anger from his 2 ducks, and he's trying to get his runs back on track.
And once again, too easy there for Bhupinder, as that one's pitched up, And he's helped that down to long off for an easy single. And you can tell from the body language of the Fire so far, the body language for the Fire, they think this one's done. Another pitch up delivery from Navjot, and that's guided. And you can tell Paton knows he doesn't need to do anything extra here. He's just looking to get the singles. They're rotating the strike well. They're doing this too easy. And the lack of creativity from Zafar is telling here, as they're not trying anything and almost just waiting for something to happen. As Bhupinder looks to hit that down, just short of the long on fielder, and another easy single. Brings Paton back on strike. That one's short of a length, and there's the wicket that they wanted. Paton losing his concentration for a split second, and he's gone. Short of a length delivery. That's taking out his leg stump, folks, as he's looking to carve that through cover. Not what they needed, but he's done his job, going for 73 off 38.
Incredible innings by Rayon Paton, and he's getting his team to a great position, and the rest of the team must do the work now.
You could tell from his reaction as he got out, that's not what he was looking for. He wanted to bring his team across the line, and he's been disappointed, but he's getting a great ovation from his team as they're welcoming him back in for what some might say a job well done and a job finished.
Yep, that is correct. He has done his job, and the rest of the team must do it now.
And that brings to the crease another Canadian international in Kanwar Man, hailing from Calgary, and he'll be looking to join Bhupinder Singh and take this one across the line. Not much work left to do now, just 22 needed off 42 balls, as the score is 110 for 3 after 13 overs. We talked about experience from Rayon Paton and the amount of T20 he's played. I don't think there's anybody in Canada that's played more T20s than this man that's coming into bowl in Rizwan Chima. And he's going to be looking to use all of his experience to bring his team back into this game. Rizwan Chima to Bhupinder Singh on strike. That's short of a length, and that's slapped straight to Zad Zafar. I'm not going to say the experience paying off, as that was not a great delivery, as he's bought a wicket there, as Bhupinder has slapped that straight to short cover at Sad Zafar, and he's not going to miss out on that. And that's another wicket, not what the Shield needed at this point. After losing the wicket of Paton, they really needed Bhupinder to continue.
Also a great take by Sad Zafar, and the team loses another one.
We said he wasn't being creative, but he didn't need to be for the last 2 wickets, as they've had 2 wickets in back-to-back balls. And this is they're going to be going for a team hat-trick here, as we see the new batsman coming in. That's going to be Harsh Thakur, another Canadian international.
Please try again in a moment.
Harsh Thakur not able to join us here yesterday, so he's here for his first game of the tournament, and he's been called upon to do a job for his squad. Here coming in number 6 to finish off this inning. Still 22 needed off 41 balls. 110 for 4 after 13.1. A lot of experience for Harsh, as he's played a number of games for Canada. Kanwar Man 0 off 0 so far, not having faced the ball at the non-striker's end. And they're going for a team hat-trick, and they have brought another man in the ring. And that one, and he's very close there again, as that one's been popped off in the offside. Needed a short mid wicket to be a little bit further in, and an easy single there for Harsh. Harsh has been known to play the ball with his hands. He likes to feel the ball on his bat. Just popping that up there, but no harm done. Easy single there for the Shield. This has been a great over so far from Rizwan Chima. Kanwar Rahman to face his first ball. Great lengths. We may have been used to seeing Rizwan Chima bowling his medium pace, let cutters back in the day, but at the age of 40 plus, he's picked to go to the off spin, and he's doing a great job here for Zafar as they brought another man in, and they're with two new batsmen at the crease. They're struggling to get off strike. Another dot ball. Just one run off the over so far, including the wicket of Bhupinder Singh. They are on Nelson, 111. Can Nelson strike here for the Fire? Shortish length there, and that's sticking in the wicket. The tennis ball bounce showing now on this day 2 wicket as Kanwar Rahman looking to play that on the leg side. Just one run off that over, and that's exactly what Zafar had called upon. One run off the over for Rizwan Chima, including the wicket of Bhupinder Singh, as the Shield are now 111 for 4 after 14 overs. Navjot Dosanjh to continue here for the Fire as Harsh slips. They were looking to come back for 2, but Harsh slipping on the non-striker's end, helping that full toss onto the long on fielder. The field as we see it, short fine leg, short third man, point, deep cover, short. Well, I guess mid wicket now for the left-hander, long on, long off. Nobody on the offside boundary here as well. So I like the tactics from Zafar, putting a little bit of pressure on Kanwar to get off strike.
That's correct. The pressure is coming up to the batsman now as 2 wickets have fallen, and the bowler and the fielding side have an opportunity now.
And Kanwar just sweeps that down to the deep square leg boundary. An easy single there for Kanwar Rahman, and again, they're going to need a lot more dot balls, but they're also going to need wickets here. That's going to be the name of the game for the Fire. They need wickets to help win this game as Harsh Thakur takes strike. And that's a good single. Good running there by the Shield as Harsh helped that to the offside field. Meet Patel coming in from point. Not able to cut that off. Kanwar Rahman is a home inspection officer out in Calgary. He's going to have to take quick inspection of this wicket here, Jay, and really assess this and get his team over the line.
Right, he needs to assess it because he has experience with this type of stuff. So, Harsh Thakur back on strike.
A leg by there for Kanwar, and just I've got to say this Navjot's not finding his line in length here, just being a little bit wayward. But they haven't been able to take advantage of that so far. As that one's fuller, and that's beating them all ends up. Nicholas not taking that cleanly, and that's gone through. It looks like it's been beaten. Has it beaten everybody? No. Maybe an inside edge as the umpire has not signaled anything, and a single there for Harsh Thakur. And it is going to be Rizwan Chima to continue here from the pavilion end. 16 runs needed off 30 balls. 116 for 4 after 15. And again, they are going to need wickets. That's going to be the name of the game. They're not going to defend this total. They're going to need a couple more wickets, and they're going to probably need them quickly.
Yep, wickets is what they need to win the match, so let's see what happens.
As Harsh helps that down to the long on boundary. Meet Patel meets that And an easy single there for Harsh Talker. And again, they're going to need some wickets, maybe a little bit of extra pressure needed. I would ideally like to see the guys on long on, long off, maybe one of them come into the circle. And again, force them to go over the top. It's not easy with the ball gripping on this wicket. As that one's short, and again, that one might have been it, as that's hit out to long on, but if he's in the ring there, that's hit straight to him.
In the ring, if the fielder was in the ring, that would have definitely been caught.
Rizwan Chima to continue. 2 singles off the over so far. And again, short of a length, Harsh goes on the back foot, and that's well fielded and really well fielded by Navjot with a direct hit, but great fielding. But sometimes great fielding is not what's needed, and that's not what was needed there for the Fire as they come through for a single. Great thinking by Kanwar Maan, and they might be listening to me as they bring in the long on fielder there down to mid on and looking for Kanwar to take the attack.
That's correct. The fielder is inside, long on's inside now.
And that one's been popped. No single there. Uvin's been busy as he flings another one to Nicholas Manohar, keeping behind the wicket. No single. Rizwan Chima doing a job for his team here, but they do need a wicket. Kanwar coming down the track, and he's hit that straight at the side screen. That's 1 bounce 4, short of a length, and that's set up very well for Kanwar Maan, and that's 4 runs. Maan's not going to miss out on that shortish of a length delivery, but it did make him do something. That with that bringing in that fielder, like we said, they're not going to stop him from getting these runs. They're going to need wickets and have him do something different. As he looks to go over mid on there, he's looking to go over mid on, and like we said, that one field change, making him do something he doesn't want to do. And he looks to go over the top, beating all ends up, but no harm done for the Shield. The Shield now 123 for 4 after 16.
That is correct. Bringing the fielder inside, making the batsmen go over the fielders, creating pressure in which the batsmen are making the mistakes.
It is going to be Navjot to continue here from the side road end. Saad holding him back. Don't know for what, but he's holding himself back as that's short of length. Harsh going back on the back foot. Just able to get it out to mid-wicket. They're pushing hard, though, and this is great running as they're coming back comfortably for 2 runs. This is great intent by the two there, Kanwar Maan and Harsh Thakur. 2 runs, 125 for 4, and now they just need 7 runs off 23 balls. As this one's down the leg side, we've said Navjot just not finding his areas, his lines and lengths so far in this spell. I would have liked to see Zafar come back and call his number once again and do a job for his team, but Navjot, he's calling Navjot, and that's been driven down to long off for a single.
Playing well, batsmen, and just 5 more runs required for the victory. Batsmen must stay there and finish the game.
They're 1 hit away, Jay. They're 1 hit away. Do they go for it in this situation and end off with a bang? We know if Paton was still there, that's what he would look to do. But I don't think these two are going to look to do that. They might just look to do this in singles.
That's correct. As both batsmen are still fairly new, we'll try to get the runs done in the singles.
As we say that, that's a single. And again, they're just now 1 boundary away, just 4 needed. This has been a clinical performance from the Shield so far. They've looked in no danger at any part in this innings. Even with losing the 2 wickets of Paton and Bhupinder Singh back-to-back, Harsh Thakur and Kanwar Maan. Short ball on that. Sliding on, looked mighty close there, Jay, but not given by Vishal, the umpire. And again, like I said, Harsh Thakur and Kanwar Maan have come together and done a clinical job so far for the Shield.
That is correct. Both batsmen playing very sensibly and just thinking to just play it out.
As that one's going, and that one might do it, folks, as Harsh Thakur picks the ball short of length, and that's the victory for the Shield. Like we said, another clinical performance. Kanwarman and Harshtalker finishing it off. Harsh finishing off 9 off 9 balls. Kanwarman 7 off 12. 132 for 4, beating 131 for 5. Doing it off 16.5 overs. And there we have it, folks. Up next, we're going to have the Fire and the Fury. Thank you for joining us here. We're coming to you live from King City, Ontario. We will be back at 3:15 to join you as the Fire take on the Fury. I apologize. 2:30 we'll have the second game. Thank you for joining us. Fire 131 for 5. Shield 132 for 4. Rayon Paton 72 off 37 balls. That's likely going to be your man of the match, folks. Thank you once again for joining us. We'll see you in just about an hour's time.